Hey everybody, I'm Ashley,
And I'm Brandy.
and we're sisters, and we are originally from Michigan, but we moved to Arizona.
Yes, and when we moved to Arizona, we moved at different times. We're
Yeah.
from Michigan, and we just wanted to do a video telling people why we moved and the benefits of moving to Arizona, like the pros and the cons. So, what are some of the benefits to you, Ashley?
To me, the weather is a benefit because it's beautiful year round. You don't have to deal with snow and cleaning your car off and things like that. You can just get up and go, and that's so nice. Because I remember in Michigan, some days I would be running so late, and I still had to clean up my car. And it was kind of annoying. And here it's so beautiful, but at the same time, that can also be considered a con because in the summertime it is over 100 degrees, but it's also a different kind of heat. The heat is here is dry, where as in Michigan in the summer, the heat is very humid and kind of miserable.
Yeah, I think it's 106 today, and we're out on the porch. The only thing about that is you have to wear sunscreen, a hat, umbrella, something to protect your skin. Um, but a benefit to me, I'm sorry, we're sitting out on my porch.
Yeah.
A benefit to me would be the um, the economy. The economy is a benefit. For instance, you could lose your job today and have another job the same day or another job the next week. There's many jobs available in the health field, in the schools, in the um, construction. They're constantly building homes and things like that. They have plants out here that you can work and then it's just it's money. It's very available if you move here. Um, so that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. Like, my job. Well, actually, the first job I had when got here, I transferred from Michigan to here, so I was blessed for that. But then, I was looking for something else because I didn't like it as much as I did when I was in Michigan, and so my job now, they actually reached out to me. I never even applied for this job at all. I had just posted my resume on ZipRecruiter, and they called me for an interview. So that's I definitely agree. The economy is very good here.
The only con that I would say about the economy is that if you're looking like for an apartment or a house, it's going to be a little bit more than it would be in the Midwest. I would say that you could compare the home prices to like Detroit or um, Chicago or something like that. You could compare, if you want to get a house, you're looking at around $200,000. If you want to get a two-bedroom apartment, you're looking at around anywhere from $900 to $1,000 a month. So that's one of the things. But you have to look at the fact that you're making a little bit more money, and you also have a job, which is a benefit.
Yes. So then, in that case, to me, it kind of does even out because we make more money here than we do in Michigan. Um, so that's a good thing, definitely. And I think too, Arizona is so beautiful. The scenery, when you some places where you live, when you walk outside, you can literally see the mountains, and it's so beautiful, so breathtaking. There's a couple cities here where the sunrise and the sunset are just so beautiful and calming. You can go for hikes. Whereas in other states, even Michigan, the weather's not nice year round, so you can't really do that.
Yeah, year-round sports. That's another good thing, and you can some houses you can look up and see the mountains. You see the mountains right there.
Yeah.
We'll have to show you guys the
Yeah.
mountains. So yeah, that's definitely another benefit to it. And then another benefit to it is that you're able to. There's a lot of things for families out here. It's a very family-oriented place. So if you're looking for somewhere that's kind of old fashioned, big city life, but kind of old fashioned. That's what Arizona has. Uh, there's a lot of snowbirds in the area and older people. So if you're looking for that, that's definitely what it has. but it also has the younger portion too, which is like Tempe, the college area. Um, so you have that nightlife and stuff as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's always something to do. Even on Facebook, you can go and look up free events, and so there's tons of free events, tons of things to do. So you don't have to be stuck in the house. You can get out with your family, or if you're a single person, you can do. There's activities for you also to do. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to be bored or just stuck at home
Hmm.
doing nothing.
And then there's also the safety aspect. Since I moved to Arizona, I haven't had really any issues with safety. Um, as far as, when I lived in Michigan, I'm from Flint, Michigan, and there was, incidents of drive-by shootings, and also, like,
People being
somebody tried to break
robbed.
into my car while I was in there. Um, just all kinds of stuff. So you, I haven't really experienced that. There are areas that are drug or infested in Arizona, or gang infested, but I don't live in those areas. And I think that um, basically to live in those areas is pretty much almost the same as living outside. So it really doesn't. You might as well live in a nice area if you're going to pay as much to live in a bad area.
That's definitely true.
Hmm.
You to live in a nice area, you may have to pay more money, but it's definitely worth it. And I agree with her. Like I feel a lot safer here. I know some people that don't even lock their door. Their door to the house or apartment. It's people are friendly. It's safe. You don't have to worry about is something bad gonna happen to me today? When I lived back in Michigan in Flint, I was worried about my safety, and I just prayed basically every day going to work because innocent people do get hurt, unfortunately, there. So
Hmm.
I just prayed every day. I'm like, God, please give me traveling grace and, let me make it back home safely. Let nothing bad happen to me. We're here, you definitely don't have to worry about that. And pretty much people are nice and very friendly, willing to help you if you need it, which is, a little bit different than
Okay.
back home.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they also have out here what is called pay by, you pay as you go for electricity. I'd never heard of that before. It's called SRP. You basically go to the grocery store, they give you a card. You plug the card in the machine, put the money in, and then you plug the card in the machine, and it just um, loads your money that you have for your electricity, which is really good when you're first moving to a new place. But but one of the things about moving is that you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you move. I know it's hard for a lot of people because a lot of people say, I want to move, but I can't move because I miss my family and my friends. But do you want to live in devastation? Like where I live, it's just so clean, it's so neat. You don't really have those stresses that you do living in um, more of an urban environment.
Yeah, that's true. And I just want to say, one of the reasons why I moved here, actually, I was supposed to move here so long ago, about 10 years ago in 2009. After I graduated college, I was supposed to come. Our mom came, and I was supposed to come with her, but I just didn't. And it took me literally 8 years because I moved last year here to come. But one of the reasons why I did move is because of the water crisis in Flint. Not having clean water. Um, Unfortunately, there's lead in the water, and so um, it was like it's kind of devastating that happens. And I did want to get away from that. They said it can cause cancer. People have died. It's really sad. And I feel like am blessed to be able to get away from that because some people can't afford to, or some people are, stuck in their ways. Like, this is what they know, so they only want to stay there. Which, my thing for those people, is, open your horizons, open your mind. You never know where life will take you if you do, open your mind to new experiences and new things.
Yeah, you have to step out on faith, and if you want to escape that environment and you want better for yourself and possibly your children, then you have to create the atmosphere that you want for yourself. You know, personally for me, I was unwilling to live in Flint and wait another 30 years for it to recover. And I know some people are like, this is what this, if everybody leaves, that's good. There won't be anybody left. But unfortunately, I have to think of myself and my kids. And I wanted the best for my kids and that I could give them. And the best for my kids was not living in a place that's dying. And I felt like it was a place that was dying. And also I moved because of my health, because the weather's better here. And I have systemic lupus, so it helped my arthritis. So that was really great too.
Yeah. And I think another thing too, like the school systems in Flint are not that good. Some of the schools don't even require the kids to do homework. They don't have books. Like, my nephew was going to a school and they literally did not have books. And I'm like, how can you be a school without books? So I think that here, the school system, I don't want to necessarily say better, but in Flint, the school system was not that good. But here, definitely the school system is better than it was in Flint.
And yes, the schools, some of the schools here aren't as great because they are in predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods, and they just focus on, out here it's very, in some areas it's still very rural, so people just focus on getting them through school so that they can go and work on a farm or whatnot. But there are school districts that are good, and you'll find that as you go along. But one of the benefits I was also going to say is that they have what they call apartment finders and places like that, where you can actually call them and they will find an apartment for you for free. And so that's what I did. I got my apartment sight unseen because I was the second person to move down here for my family. Well, the third. So yeah, so you can get your apartment sight unseen. They'll send you the details and things. You can look up crime in that area and schools and different things, and you can also look at the apartments, and then you pick whatever apartment that you want. When you come, you sign the lease and everything like that. So basically it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that's what I did also, and it was really helpful because basically
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You tell them your income, and they find an apartment based off your income, which is really awesome. So you're not paying so much money for an apartment that you can't really afford. And that was a thing that was helpful for me, especially since I didn't really know about the economy here, and wasn't sure neighborhoods too, like they will find something that's perfect for you.
That will fit you.
Yeah. And then if you know somebody in the area, what I did was my sister actually, she went to the apartment for me just to look at it, make sure it was okay. If you have somebody that that lives in the area, they could do you that favor, because that's also helpful to know, is this a good area? Because sometimes you don't know, if you've never been there to a place before, you don't know, is this a good area? Is this not a good area? But they were pretty honest about it though,
Right.
And then you tell them the specific area. So they said, which cities would you want to move in? Because it's kind of like a metropolitan area. Like the cities are suburbs of Phoenix, I think, pretty much.
Well, we live in a suburb. I live in a suburb of Mesa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So Phoenix is the biggest city, and then there's Mesa. Phoenix has like 1 million plus people in it, and Mesa has 400 plus people in it. And then I live in a suburb of, but there's a lot of different cities. There's Scottsdale, if you have a lot of money. There's
Tempe, if you almost
Tempe.
have. Yeah.
Tempe, which is a little expensive because it's college and they kind of take advantage of that. Then you also have Mesa, which is, pretty. That's where I started out at.
Yeah.
It's a nice city, and it's a decent size. Even though there's a lot of people, the way the roads are set up and constructed, that's another thing. The way the roads are set up and constructed make it more efficient for traffic. Even though, because Detroit traffic is a nightmare, and they have less people. So, because Arizona just became, I believe it became a state in like 1910 or something like that. So a lot of things here are new. So you don't see a lot of broken down, torn up, abandoned.
Yeah.
They will get rid of that, and they always have like street sweepers and things like that out. But before we leave you, I wanted to show you the mountains that are from my house. I don't know if I can do it. Is this the button? I guess you can't go back. Well, I'll try to turn it around and see if you can see it, but I don't know if you will be able to see it, like, because I can't flip my camera. I'm sorry. But if you look over there, you should be able to see the mountains up there. It's really beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
So, but yeah, just give yourself something to aspire to. Just living in the same place and in the same condition all your whole life, that's not anything to aspire to be. And I feel that God wants so much more for us than just accepting.
Exactly. Shoot for your dreams. That's what I would say. Shoot for your dreams. It's important to have, goals in your life. Maybe even if you don't want to move, go travel, visit other places, expand your horizons. I think that's really important for everyone to do.
Well, y'all have a good day. We'll come back with some more of these for y'all.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.